welcome back to Cooking with the Frisbees. I'm Beth. Keith is behind the camera today.
Howdy.
And today is compost day, Ronnie.
Every time.
Oh my gosh. Compost day. So we've got some compost that's ready to go, and we're gonna use it just to put probably a 1-inch layer over the top of these current beds. Keith is going to be building up the back beds where we had our peppers last season. Make them a little deeper, give them a little more protection from whatever is eating them.
Bella's back there eating.
I just threw some more compost. Bella, stop. That's gross. She'll be sick later. And that's what we are doing today.
So we're gonna set up the camera and we're gonna get to work.
Prepping.
See you in a bit. All right, let's get busy getting busy.
I'm gonna use a bucket. Do you think the wheelbarrow would be easier? It might be hard to maneuver around here. You need help with the wood? Come up and give you guys a little idea of what I'm doing. So I'm working in the back beds, which Keith is going to build up the sides make them a little deeper for us. But one of them also happens to be our strawberry bed, which wasn't really successful last year. I'm hoping with all the work we're doing this year, it'll be much more successful. But I love this. This story is silly. So I'm back there trying to pull out all of these red painted rocks. And I painted them red because somebody told me if you're having a problem with animals, critters eating your strawberries, that you paint a bunch of rocks, and that way if they see them from up in the trees or a bird sees them, they'll come down, they'll try to go after it, and it'll be a rock, and so it'll deter them. Needless to say, it didn't really work, but now I have to pull them all out of the bed before I can add compost around what is still living in there, which is just a very few teeny tiny small strawberry plants. So hopefully with a little bit of extra love, I'll get some huge strawberry patches this year. We'll see, fingers crossed.
Do it.
I'm composting the other back bed.
Okay, now I have to start building the back beds that I said I was going to do. I've already gone in. Oh, there's a honeybee out here. I've already cut the boards in half. I've got to go back here, start measuring, cut the posts, just put them in place. Shouldn't take too long. Stick around. Hey guys,
Welcome back.
that was a lot of work.
We're not done.
we're not done. It turned out to be a beautiful day. I mean, it's only what, February 12th, and it is got to be 70 degrees out here. I'm still hot. I was just
I don't know how you didn't take your top layer off.
I was too lazy to take it off because I kept walking back and forth trying to get. It's amazing that whenever you start a project, you need every tool in your arsenal. You just have to keep. I'm like, oh, I need this. Oh, I need that. I keep walking back up. So, anyway, I'm gonna let Beth show you what we've done to the beds and how we finished.
Welcome back. Okay, so what did we do today? Well, we wanted to give our beds a little bit of organic material. We still have a good 8 to 12 weeks before we start our spring gardening. We'll start our seedlings indoors, but we really wanted to put some organic material back into our beds. So we do compost. So you've seen our compost bins in the back before. And we actually have 3 different bins. So we have the large barrel. That is where most of our food compost goes. and you keep it moist and you roll it and it just starts to break down. Then what we do is we take that and mix it in with our grass clippings and some leaves, sometimes pine straw, any wood chips we have, and we just consistently churn that. And then we have the third bin. It never fails. We have the third bin, which you can actually still see that all my brassias from the very end of the winter garden are in there. So they'll start to break down, and that will be our next composting that we can use in our beds. And we'll start the other one that I used today. I'll start that one back over with more grass clippings and more organic material from the kitchen, compost from the kitchen. So what we did is we used the compost that we made. We just did a 1-inch layer over the top, and then we added a layer of leaves to that. All this is gonna break down. We're gonna water it. I put all my weeping lines back in. We're gonna go ahead and turn the water on it for a few minutes. Let that start to take all of that organic material back down into the lower levels of the soil, and then enrich that soil that's already in there that we had stripped from all of its nutrients from having planted so many other vegetables in it. So, and then right before we plant, we will add some additional worm casings, blood meal, and fertilizer. So we'll add to the nutrients that it's already getting organically. We're going to add to that additionally. It just never fails. We'll add to.
They've been quiet for 2 hours while we've been out here working, and now that we start filming, they do that. Bella, be quiet.
Ronnie's not out there. So that's it. That's what we did for our
we
raised
built
beds.
those.
Oh, and then we did want to strengthen this back bed. The original one, which you can see right next to it on the right hand side, that was the original one. Thin boards, they're really starting to get weathered and wear down. We can't really replace this one unless I want to pull up all the strawberries. Like I said earlier, I'm going to do my very best to get a good harvest of strawberries this year. So I'm just going to baby them like crazy. I did put compost down there, but I did it by hand. I did it very gingerly around the little live ones that we still have. So when it comes time, we'll fertilize again. Hopefully in the spring, I'll get a huge batch of strawberries and have an actual strawberry patch.
That compost we used today, though, oh my God.
It's a little stinky.
It was like sewage, for crying out loud. So we've got some gaps that we got to fill in over here, like bolstering it up a little bit, left some gaps, but I'll get some wood and fill in the bottom there so that when we start putting the dirt in there, it'll just stay there. But that was a good day's work. It's just such a gorgeous day. I think it's time for a beer. We also are going to go in, maybe it'll probably be tomorrow, but you won't know it because I'll put it in this video, but I'll have different clothes on. Showed you our seed starter because we're probably 2 weeks away from having to do that. I say 2 weeks. It's probably
I don't
now.
know. It depends. Like everything doesn't start at the exact same time. So some things like our peppers, we're definitely going to need to start them sooner rather than later. Same thing with some of the tomatoes. They definitely, like the hybrid tomatoes, they need to start a little bit earlier. So we'll work on it. We'll get it started.
We will. So Little Acorn Farm, it's coming back to life. Who would believe 8 weeks from now it's probably going to be 80 degrees out here? But
I'm excited.
right? It's all coming back to life. So thanks for hanging with us today, guys.